Hey everyone, welcome back to another battle report. This time we mix it up a bit. We got two German platoons versus two Soviet platoons playing Conflikt 47 Demolition. So it's two German players versus me, and yeah, so I just brought out two platoons. So got some odd stuff going on here in the sense one, we were playing on a 5x4 board instead of a 6x4. We had a little dice tray area and we didn't feel like moving it, so we just took a foot off the board. And then each of the German platoon players have different colored dice. So our board setup, like I said, you see it here. So tried out a new game store. I'll have a link in the description and all that, but it was a really cool place. But yeah, they had this dice tray set on this, and they have a spot where you can place it under, but we already had our armies and whatnot and figures and stuff on it, so we just said, oh, okay, fine, we'll just leave it there and play it short. See here, we already deployed our secret objectives. His was here, mine's here. But yeah, so we just played that a little bit short, and then onto the platoons. So the second platoon here is a little, I believe from memory, but it was both like 625 each thereabouts, and yeah, they came I think right at 6 dice each, so 12 dice total. So good mix on both sides. And then onto my force. I actually ran fairly light this one dice wise. So two platoons. The big one is I got a 152 with the heavy howitzer. Also decided to take the mastodon. So yeah, just not a ton of points for troops. So I just leaned into the veteran or the low count, and so Panzer tears with Panzerfaust and Daughters of the Motherland kind of make sure it's going to be a fairly light model count on the Russian side. So onto a kind of a little snapshot. So yeah, so the way we played it is one platoon had the black dice on the German side, the other platoon had the brown, and that would determine what of the German forces can move. So beyond that, it was they treated as the same as far as access in this case, but and then I had my dice, my Soviet dice. So those weren't as it was one player, just me. Those were all one color. So on to turn one. So these first couple will be really quick. So yeah, just a little snapshot of some of his stuff, opponent stuff painted up nicely, and this table is really cool. There's if you're in the area, go to the look up the store, and they got a lot of cool stuff table wise and just in general. Then you see some more of the setup. So the squad here, zombies, more zombies, light howitzer in the road, his objectives, custom made one. I think you see another squad up here. Yep, and onto my setup. So realizing he had really nothing to hurt me, set up the mastodon here, and my goal, heavy howitzer to provide support, and mastodon's going to run up here. The way we treated this is it's a dry riverbed, so impassable for wheeled vehicles, but tank, tread, and walkers and stuff could go over it, but not run. So my idea was, okay, I'm going to send the walker. He's just going to go right up here in the middle. The heavy howitzer tank will probably just provide fire support, and then the goal being is as he's moving forward, daughters and terrors come up behind into the objective, the bigger squad. My small 6-man squad, they'll actually be coming up the right flank here. That was my goal for them, and then see about sneaking in this way because terrors are fast. So it's one of those I may lose a turn, an extra turn or two, but them coming around this way with my hope of everything coming up for the front, they'll be occupied with all this that'll work out. So to that point, I'm smashing up the front, firing off. I don't think we're hitting much, so yeah, there's that. Like I said, it was a quick turn one. Mainly with them starting out hitting, they just didn't want to fire, rightfully so. So we do engage in some firing this turn around as I move these troops up or the daughters up and fire, and then I finally get some hits. But Yeah, this turn will be pretty quick too. Yeah, Stompy's is coming up doing his thing, firing. And, oh, yeah, I believe this is one where I shot and blew up a number of the zombies here. So coming around this side, yep, he's bringing some of his stuff is coming in. You see that we're trying to fire here. Guy up here is being a sniper, just kind of doing snipery things. And over on, you see more of my troops coming in. Yeah, these first couple are us really just getting in position, and you know, my goal is with the walker being slow is give him a turn or two. At this point, I don't have a picture of it. I shot the mastodon and just blew it up. So you won't hear me mention the light howitzer anymore because it's a pile of rubble at this point. Rolling forward, yep. So he brings in, yep, you can see there was a howitzer here, now it's gone. Puma comes in, so, you know, now I'm getting a little bit concerned here. So this is on the objective. It does have a medium anti-tank gun, I believe, so it can hurt me. And he does have Panzerfaust sprinkled throughout here, but they didn't bring a ton. So this was my real concern. So obviously this, the main cannon and heavy howitzer, anything that can fire at it does. But yeah, on to turn 3. So yeah, I'm keep advancing up and firing. Squad's taking hits. Like I said, they're really not, because of the heavy cover. We're putting pins on each other and hit, you know, maybe 1 or 2 models, but no real high casualties. I'm not hitting much of anything besides the howitzer in the open with any either. So the 152 has not had a great showing so far. But yeah, either way, I just keep marching forward. You see here, all the stuff's coming on about this time. Tears they're right about here. They're off screen. Yeah, they're just getting into position. Yeah, you see the squads with Panzerfaust sneaking up. Honestly, my hope is get them up here, clear out some zombies, and by that point, send in my fast troops to just overwhelm the objective. So far, that's the plan. Seems still working, because he's getting, you know, more or less pinned down here onto. Yep. So I get hit finally, hit here, and I believe the Panzerfaust. One of them is bounced, if not both, from the dozer blade. So again, you know, this thing is an option to purchase, but yeah, I'm never leaving home without it. It's not even like from a model standpoint. I'm not even going to magnetize it. It's worth it to have it there all the time. See a pin marker in here, so this squad's getting shot up, but nothing of major impact. On to 4. So yeah, I've pushed at this point. Came in, pushed the zombies all the way off. You see them. I think I'm hit. Yeah, I am hit with another Panzerfaust. Nothing. Besides the pin, nothing happens. And I'm firing off shots and missing. And about this time he runs. So these guys snuck up, I think last turn, came in, and yeah, firing at my inexperienced squad down here. But and just yeah, I know they were inexperienced and you expect them to die, but not to like. Yeah, my opponent he lit them up. So yeah, luckily we passed our leadership, but yeah, not by much. So to return the favor, swing them up. So yeah, my goal was to counter them, so they come up, they do finish. But like I was mentioning, with Big Stompy up here, now parked on the objective. My goal with him is just basically he'll end up spinning in place and firing main cannons and MGs to whatever he needs, and let my other squads run up and onto the objective. Yep, you just see a zoomed out version of that. Veteran squad, based on that, I've moved them. This is the remnants, or this is my veteran squad. This is the inexperienced squad. And just a good little action pose of the daughters running across the bridge. So, yeah, surprise. So, how I mentioned the terrors coming in, the smaller terrors coming in on the right. So, he recce'd away, I believe, once. And, yep, so I fired, recce'd back. And once he did that, my movement 8, I was able to go from this building in the ruins, move all the way up, and then point blank with 2 Panzerfaust and pop it. So at this point, I was like, I'm feeling good. He's fired off, I think, all their Panzerfaust at this point. I've popped his medium anti-tank gun. So at this point, I'm looking at it going, okay, both my vehicles are, yeah, I don't have a lot of turns left, but what does he have to take care of me? I'm doing pretty good. On to 5, yeah. Oh, surprise, yeah. So, he gets the first pull and immediately jumps one group of the larger group of the zombies into the tank. So I'm going, oh, they're hitting on 4s. I was like, okay, there's a lot of them, but it's only on 4s, and so I should be okay. I didn't get to move or activate or anything like that. So we'll see. So, oops, no. So that's what he has against to counter Soviets. So yeah, I heard people mention zombies can be nasty against vehicles and stuff, and I went, I'm fine. And honestly, I didn't even think about it being a big deal. It's got my attention now. So yeah, I'll probably be much more cognizant of where those zombies are, because yeah. Plan hit a snag here now that he's derailed. The thing to park on his objective is gone now. And then, yeah, so that was a major shift in the, the tone of the battle. Yeah, and you see my daughters taking hits, and we're trading fire with these guys. Yeah, and then they start piling fire onto the daughters, which, they're slowly pulling off onesie twosies. But to be honest, I was still thinking, I was like, okay, maybe that's not terrible, because they're quick, and they'll be able to run up other terror squad. They'll be able to come over. It's not good, but I can still put pressure on his objective, and might be able to pull something off. To that point, you see him up here. The weakened zombie squad that got hit with a howitzer, or I think the tank shell. But yeah. So not ideal. I'm hoping to land at least one howitzer shot at this point, and then send in these guys to hopefully clear out any other zombies. Oh, and about this time, remembered we were talking about it during the game, but yeah, outflank, and I didn't keep my guys close enough to where he couldn't, to the edge or something, so he's able to bring in the wolves here, which is obviously, so 6 Schreckwolfen coming in on the, not good. Certain things, depending on, I wasn't able to shoot him based on the line of sight or my own troops in the way, so I kind of shot myself in the foot with that one, so I lose the opportunity to stack up some pins on the squad for the next turn at least. On a 6, speaking of that, so yeah, he's like I said, the winds of change. So given their newfound securing of that objective, all things come in to push, my troops back from the bridge, and just push onto my objective, or at least threaten the objective, and yeah, so everything's moving forward there. Schreckwolfen immediately just gobble up that squad. They're on my objective, so yeah, now it's time for me to assault, shoot, do what I can. Like I said, he's piling on anybody that can, even if we play a turn 7, that he can pile on and help. Here he's making sure he can shoot them. If he wasn't shooting the main objective, he was hitting the people that can support. So good play on their part. Yeah, even LT's coming in and joining in the action. More action pose of the wolves just tearing everything up. And to stop me from sneaking in and doing anything fun, he hits them with some shots here and then sends in the zombies to finish them off. So yeah, I've that was my last chance of being able to secure his objective, and that went away. Um, yeah, pins from trying to charge, or yeah, I think it was from trying to charge or respond. I forget what exactly I did. Yeah, I think it was a charge. We used the new horror rules, so they would charge, get a pin, and fail, or something to that effect. And yeah. So because I was planning on just sending wave upon wave of troops in, and that dorked that up. And to no one's surprise at this point, Germans were able got the win, so they had a rough going in that first couple turns, and then they obviously turned it around and pulled out a victory. So a cunning play on their part of lulling me in to the zombie ambush, and then springing the trap. In this case, I did lose 3 units, so not as bad, as I thought. Like a lot of units of mine were depleted, but nothing. I only lost the 3, and I did kill three of theirs. So all in all, it was a really cool game, and great to get out and play mix-ups against some of the German forces, try some new stuff, try some new units, and even play at a new store. So the store we're at had its soft opening. So they had people up there playing, and again, it's Stiff Neck Studios, I believe is the name, and I'll put the details there. It's out by in Huntsville, near Huntsville, Madison, Alabama. So if you're in the area, give them a look up. They do some. The owner there does some commission painting and stuff on as the primary job or role of the company, but they have a game store and everything set up there too, and it looks really nice. So if you're in the area, give it a check, give it a look, and obviously we'll be up there playing a lot more Konflikt 47. So thanks for watching. Bye.